For today's video, I'm going to be replacing the driver's side and the passenger side speaker on a 2008 Nissan Versa. But if you haven't already, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more and playlist, along with, well, having fun with cars. Alright, let's get to this. I have since replaced the head unit on this 2008 Nissan Versa with a different head unit. Instead of a double din, I replaced it with a single din. But that didn't correct the problem of the speakers. The speakers still had a crackling sound, and who wants to hear crackling from your speakers as you're listening to music? Because I sure don't want to. So in this video, I decided to switch out, well, the speakers to the 2008 Nissan Versa. The procedure for both the driver's side and the passenger side are the same, so I'm going to only show you the driver's side. Now, keep in mind that when you're dealing with a speaker, it could be interference or it could be the head unit, so don't always assume that the speaker is blown. Now, in this case, I knew that the speaker was blown. We were just kind of upgrading the car as we went. So, without further ado, I'm going to just go right into it, and hopefully you enjoy. This is before. This is the door panel here. I'm going to remove the trim here, along with the two 10mm, and underneath the switch assembly that needs to come out. I'm going to start by removing this trim here. Simply just pull up lightly. Should be a clip under here. Can't do this with the camera in the way. There we go. There's the top one. I'll pop the bottom one. Just like that, using a pick. And then this whole thing I'll just pop right out. You don't want to damage these little clips right here. I take my nice little pry bar tool and pop this. There we go. You want to also be careful, as I can see that the felt on the door is dragging along, so I'm just going to use this to push up against. It means if I'm following it along and there's a clip like this, I have to push down on it. So this one's free. Now that means there's another one somewhere here. It's right there. There we go. And this whole thing should just come right out. Now the switch assembly here, you want to be careful not to ruin any of the vinyl or felt or anything. So I'm just going to stick my little pry bar tool here. There you go. You see the little clips holding them in place? This one is on this side, so these were the two that needed to be removed first, apparently. Then we could slide it up. There's also clips on this back side that are holding it in place that link it into here. There's one. There's two. So now the switch assembly is out. We didn't damage any of the clips. There's two 10mm bolts using a 10mm socket and ratchet. I'm going to remove those 10mm bolts. There's one. There's two. You can now remove the door panel from the lower corner. Pull out. Like so.
Are you working on the car right now?
Yeah. There we go. Sweet. We just work our way around, being careful not to break those clips. There's another one. There's another one. And then the whole door panel can just come right up and out. It's one of those clips that holds it together that needs to be removed and put back. I'm going to be replacing that one. Speaker can be removed. There's three 10mm holding it on, and then the wiring harness. There's one. Here's 2. Here's 3. This should just pull out. There's a little clip, alignment clip holding it in place. Using a small flathead, I'm just going to pry that connector right out, just like that. And there we go. I'm going to end up cutting out this connector so I can connect to the harness and then solder the connections to it. So firstly, I'm going to put the ring on it, the little ring that holds everything in place. We're going to test fit it before I start cutting anything. You want to make sure everything is correct before you start cutting. So let's see here. Let's install one of the 3 bolts. This one down here in. Yay, sweet. Want to reuse this connector here, and on the back side, if you can see, I can solder and desolder those. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the connector, cut it out, and then sand it all down, file it, so I can use it. Using my vise, I'm going to hold the old speaker in place. Use a hacksaw and just cut the old speaker. There's 2. It's out. Just like that. Take some small needle nose and pull these wires out. Boom. Exactly what I need. Basically what I'm doing with this connector is I'm twisting the end. This is my most logical method. I'm reusing the connector, sliding it through here, through the little hole where the clip used to sit, and I'm pulling it down so I can trim the end of the wire. I'm soldering it right there, and then I'm going to cut it so it's parallel. So let me solder this one in place. Nice dab. There we go. Both connectors are connected, just like so. They are strong connections. And what I'm going to do is slip a piece of heat shrink over the top, which I forgot the yellow one. Oh man. Luckily I can split these wires apart. It's no worry, but that's just that. That's how I wanted to reuse it. I'm going to cut the ends off these and then install it to the wire harness. Just did the shrink tubing right here, and now to make sure it's sealed off. I know that that's fine the way it is, but I mean, I don't like it that way. I'm just going to add this little piece to cover the little nubs at the end. Now it's able to be installed inside of the vehicle. Sweet. Sorry about the sunshine, the sunny sunshine. It's still the morning time. So now that my harness is ready to be connected, I can connect it just like that. I'm gonna probably cut off this nub. That allows me not to have to cut my factory harness. Now that I know that these all fit here, take note of the position that I want the speaker at. So I'll probably have it about right here. Probably like about right here. I'm gonna take the speaker off, the adapter here, and put some screws in. One screw installed. Let's see how far it goes out the back of this mount. Just a little bit. So I'm pretty confident we can screw the rest in without hesitation. So let me install this all in the car and we can continue our install. I'm going to end up taking it off one more time so I can put the wire harness on, but this is just to hold it in place while I install it on the car. I assume it's this hole. Yep. All right, there we go. I pull it back off again. Sweet. Connect the harness connectors on the back side. Bloop. Connect the other one. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna leave this out. I'm gonna come up with something, but I'm gonna leave this wiring out just slightly like that. Okay, now I can use that 10mm ratchet and socket and ratchet. You don't want these like massively super tight. A little more of the... That's not going anywhere. It leaves me with this harness and connector. And since they connect right here, I'm just gonna push the harness, the original one, in. Plug in my homemade one, like so. Might bring it up and through here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Just bring it above that bolt kind of just a preventative measure. And just tuck this back in here. Now I can reinstall the door panel, ensuring that the connectors come back through. There's these little clips that we popped off before. Now we just gotta line it up. Starting with the window seal. There we go. Pull this off. Now we can line up these clips and clip them into place. 1, 2. Put back the switch assembly here until it clips into place, just like that. This one here clips into place for the pink and black wire, just like that. I can test that the window works. Mustn't forget the two 10mm bolts that go into place. Tighten those down with a 10mm socket and ratchet. Snug them up. Don't over tighten those. I can reinstall this. All I do is just slide it in from the back side, clip it in. The window works. The contents back inside the door. Now for the door, these little hooks here start at the bottom and push in until they grab, and then work your way up to where the clips are. Just like that. That's in. Let's reinstall the trim. And the speaker's installed. Let's see if this works now. Go to the tuner.
Later, and
there we go.
The individuals are serving penalties up to 1,000.
Okay.
Season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states.
Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that
Seems to work just fine. All right, sweet. All right, folks, how was that? It's actually really simple to pull that little door panel off, as well as the trim. The only thing I really had a concern about was if you're pulling off those little trim pieces, that there's a chance that they may break due to the plastic being brittle. I don't see another reason why it's not an easy thing to do. It only took me maybe 25 minutes aside, but that's including filming. So what does that say here? I also did not have a wire harness for those speakers, so I ended up cutting the original speakers and soldering the connections from the JVC speakers to that, and it's been working absolutely great. Just make sure those connections are covered up so they don't accidentally ground or short to something else. I mean, last thing we want is for the system to be thinking that, oh, the speaker is the car. No, I don't think it's going to be working like that. Either way, I'm glad it turned out all right. I don't know what else to say. But if you haven't already, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more. And hey, have fun.